Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this one. This is my bottom review. Actual bottom. This is actual bottom, professional bottom from the weekend. This is a real bottom review show. A real bottom review show from obviously the Magnificent Seven card that took place on Queensway Promotions last night, where we saw some drama, didn't we? We saw some drama, especially last round drama as well. As we now we'll kick off straight away with Brad Poles knocking out Nathan Heaney in the final round to become British middleweight champion in the rematch between the two of them. Which let's be honest, it was the same as the first match, wasn't it? It was the same as the first match. The first 3 rounds, I did think in the first 3 rounds, I thought Nathan Heaney improved from the first fight in the first 3 rounds. I actually gave Nathan Heaney the first 3 rounds of the fight against Brad Poles. Then I think Brad Poles, the turning point for Brad Poles was getting that knockdown in round 4, which swung it round in Brad Poles' favour in the fight. And I've got some harsh words about the middleweight division, and I'm going to stick by them. It's absolutely trash, the British middleweight, the middleweight division. It really is absolute trash. I did say weeks ago, didn't I, that the champions are absolutely trash as well. That the champions are absolutely trash. So I know I keep on mentioning it, which is why I'm frustrated with Chris Eubank Jr. Obviously, I'm not saying Eubank should fight with British middleweight because he's better than that. But it just proves my point about the middleweight division. Nathan Heaney defeated Denzel Bentley, who in my eyes defeated Janabek, who is a unified middleweight champion. And now Brad Poles, to be honest, I thought Brad Poles won the first fight against Nathan Heaney. Heaney was quite lucky to be favoured even in the first fight. But it just shows that Brad Poles beating Nathan Heaney. It just shows that the quality is not actually good, is it? In the middleweight division, it's not actually good. Nathan Heaney, yeah, I'm going to sell out fights and stuff. I'm going to sell out a stadium fight and stuff. All right then, what against a local butcher? Against a local butcher. There's a reason why Chris Eubank Jr. is not fighting you, pal, because you're not a name. Simple as that. They're all trash, seriously. Fair play though. Fair play to Brad Poles. Fair play to him, but he won't keep hold of it for long. He won't, because he'll probably get beaten his next fight, Brad Poles. Because he'll pitch someone better than him and get beat. Denzel Bentley could be a potential fight for Brad Poles next. To be honest, I thought next for Brad Poles, maybe Tyre Denny Weemer to avenge the Tyre Denny defeat. But if Tyre Denny's beaten him once already, I think Tyre Denny beats him again, to be honest with you. So maybe Denzel Bentley against Brad Poles. That would be a good fight. It'd be good matchmaking for me. It don't mean either of them are dud though, to be honest with you. And Nathan Heaney, I would actually put Nathan Heaney up against someone like Ian Williams. Step back to winning weights. And Ian Williams is the perfect fight for me, because Ian Williams, he's always been trash. Ian Williams, as much defence as I fucking watched it, I watched it on the bloody door, tied to the door, to be honest with you. So yeah, for me, well-deserved win for Brad Poles. Well-deserved win. Brad Poles turned it around after the round 4 knockdown, when he got the knockdown in round 4, that's when the fight swung in Brad Poles' favour, in my opinion. And Nathan Heaney's always been there to be knocked out. He's always been there to be knocked out as well. So I'm sorry, I know I've been brutal and harsh in the middleweight division, but name me a good fighter in the middleweight division. They're all twats. They are all twats. Simple as that. Simple as that for me. Maybe Hamza Shiraz, but who's Hamza Shiraz fought? He's fought no one. He's fought no one. So I still think Chris Eubank Jr. for me. If Chris Eubank Jr. just had the right trainer, which is Bolmack, Chris Eubank Jr. wipes everyone out, in my opinion, in the middleweight. That is currently in the middleweight division. And by the way, I don't rate Chris Eubank Jr. either. I don't rate him high. Don't rate him high either. But we all know what Chris Eubank Jr. is doing. He's just picking the fight with the most money. So yeah, but fair play to Brad Poles. Fair play to him. Becoming the British middleweight champion, but I don't think he'll keep hold of the title for long, because, like I said, with the quality of this division, it's absolutely trash, and he'll probably end up getting beat in the next fight, or the fight after that, in my personal opinion. But anyways, up next, we saw Andrew Tain stopping ASEAN to become the British and Commonwealth bantamweight champion. In which was ASEAN, brave effort, absolute brave effort from ASEAN. Done it one. You have to be honest, it was brave effort from ASEAN. But I've always said ASEAN is brave. He is relentless. He does come forward with that pressure, but his defense is shocking. His defense is shocking for me. He's always wobbling around the win as well at ASEAN. And I don't really care about that channel anymore. I really don't care. Don't really care about that channel, because I've unsubbed from that channel now. They're a bunch of fucking wanted, to be honest with you. And don't know what they're talking about. But yeah, Andrew Tain for me, he just had that counter ability, didn't he? Just had that counter ability. The counter punching from Andrew Tain, too much power in them punches for ASEAN to cope with, for me. I know we shouldn't look at ASEAN's record, but let's be real, he has that record for a reason. Let's be real. He's in that David Sora category where brave effort, he is brave. He is brave. He don't turn down anyone. He don't turn down anyone. He gets in there with anyone he wants. But just shows that he's not world level. Nowhere near world level. And Andrew Tain, for me, is definitely at world level, in my opinion. That's the harsh reality for me. That's the harsh reality. I had Andrew Tain to win by stoppers in the 10th round. I thought it would be in the 10th round for me. But Andrew Tain did it early. He did it early, did the job early on ASEAN. And the fight out next is Andrew Tain versus Paul Butler. Paul Butler's not been active for a year now, isn't it? I think it's like a year. Oh, well, almost a year, you could say. Almost a year, Paul Butler. Of course, Paul Butler, who has been defeated by Noah Inoue, of course, as well. So why not make Andrew Tain versus Paul Butler? It's not a bad pretty stuff, is it? Andrew Tain versus Paul Butler. So that's the fight I would make next. But yeah, a job done performance for Andrew Tain. And there's a difference in levels for me. Difference in levels between him and ASEAN. So up next then, on her Queensbury debut, after signing with Queensbury, we saw Chantel Cameron with a routine decision win over Menatied. It was a very damn opponent, good matchmaking. Yeah, it's a very damn opponent, good matchmaking for me, and a good first fight for Chantel Cameron. Good first fight. Good performance from Tamlin as well. A dud first fight for her with a new promotion, and for me, yes, be real. She won every round. Chantel Cameron. She did win every round. She's a talent, in my opinion. She's a talent of an athlete. And I agree with her. I think Katie Taylor is ducking her. Because, yes, be real. Let's call a spade a spade. We all know who won the rematch. We all know it was Chantel Cameron. But it was so weird. It was so corrupt to try and favour it and Katie Taylor. Oh, we can't have Katie Taylor using the den. And it should really be Chantel Cameron than Samantha Serrano. It really should be. But it's not. But Chantel Cameron, I think she's going to be a world champion then. I really do. I actually think she beats Sandy Ryan. I do think she beats Sandy Ryan. I think she's just better than Sandy Ryan for me. But that won't be a bad matchup. Obviously, Chantel Cameron said she wants to stay active and busy. And that's a proper boxer for you. A proper boxer's mentality. Stay active, stay busy. So I would make Chantel Cameron versus Christina Yadatu next. Stay busy. Yadatu's been in with the likes of Bomdana, Court. And then it's another winnable opponent for Chantel Cameron as well. And but there is big fights out there for Chantel Cameron. There's Jonas, there's Sandy Ryan, Mateo Maya as well. So, but for me, Chantel Cameron, a routine decision win for her. Everything that Makariad was throwing back, Chantel Cameron just threw more high impact punches back at her for me. And Chantel Cameron's so good. She's so good in and out of lanes as well. So, comfortable routine decision win for Chantel Cameron. And up next, we saw another rematch. Son Decades knocking out Michael Webster in the rematch. All eyes is definitely now on that Son Decades versus David Adier fight, which was obviously supposed to be on this card but got postponed. But it will be rearranged and will be the next fight. And before the knockout, it was like the first fight. It was like the first fight for me where Son Decades not really impressing at all. He wasn't really impressing at all. And Michael Webster did win a couple of rounds before the knockout. See, Son Decades for me, the problem with Decades is he can be good. He can be good if he gets his hands though. But it just seems to be, I don't know why, it just doesn't seem to be confident with getting his hands though, Son Decades at times. And when I saw him knocking down Michael Webster, I was like, there we go. Because, yes, be real, he should be knocking Michael Webster out. If you're any good, you would knock Michael Webster out inside 2 rounds. And not even, like Son Decades did. Because Johnny Fitter, most of the time, they would knock Michael Webster out probably inside 1 round. 2 rounds at max. And for me, the fight, before the knockout, it was like a security guard and Michael Webster. It looked like it was a security guard against a shoplifter in some decades. That's the way they were fighting, to be honest with you. But Decades, he's got knocked out, but he has got knocked out. Much better though. It was much better than his first performance. His first performance was so underwhelming. This is Michael Webster. And Michael Webster should have been given a decision in that fight. Which is why they probably had the rematch. But Decades has definitely put it right. put it right this time. At the end of the day, he's got the knockout. He's got the knockout and the stoppage, so that is some kind of a statement, but you should be doing it earlier. In my opinion. So that's my thoughts on that. Up next, then we saw Ezra Taylor taking the distance by Carlos Romero for the first time in Taylor's career. For me, a proper finding out lesson about Taylor, underwhelming. End of the day, I think Taylor won. Taylor still won all the rounds. Don't get me wrong, he still won all the rounds, but against Carlos Romero, who has been knocked out in the third round, again, it's been like that case. If you're any good, you'd be stopping this fight early. You'd be then stopping this fight early. And there's been a lot of praise about Taylor by Queensbury Promotions, saying, yeah, we can put him in against Ben Whittaker. And by the way, I've not really been impressed by Ben Whittaker's recent performances either. But Ben Whittaker, he is a talent. He is a talent, and for me, I don't think Ezra Taylor is ready for Ben Whittaker, in my opinion. Not after that fight. I think Ezra Taylor needs to fight Ben Whittaker's leftovers, try and do a better job than Ben Whittaker. So I would make Ezra Taylor against Tahir Quadrianet, who's been in with the eyes of Ben Whittaker and Zach Parker. So that's the fight I would make next. That basically a Ben Whittaker leftover opponent. That's what I'll put Ezra Taylor in with next, in my opinion. So not really an impressive performance at all from Ezra Taylor. And people will say, yeah, but he needs the rounds. Yeah, but you can say he needs the rounds, but against an opponent like this, you need to be stopping him, knocking him out quite early, in my opinion. But that's the thing with boxing, you can't win. If you knock him out early, it's one of them where you say, well, you should be knocking him out. And that is a true point. If you win some points, against someone you should be knocking out, then yeah, you don't get criticism. So yeah, I think it deserves criticism. Well, constructive criticism, as for Taylor. Don't take it too far with the criticism. But up next, fight of the night. This was fight of the night for me. Echo Esserman. What a thrill! What a thrill of a fight this was. Echo Esserman knocking out on Cooper in the final round in thrilling fight of the night. Echo Esserman, when he comes forward, he is hard. It's hard to get him off you when he comes forward, Echo Esserman. He's so quick when he throws in combinations as well. So quick, so powerful with them combinations as well, Echo Esserman. Owen Cooper had his own choice. Owen Cooper had his own choice where when he wasn't on the ropes, when you get off the ropes, that's when you have joy against Echo Esserman. But when you're on the ropes, against Echo Esserman, you're in big trouble. That's what happened with Owen Cooper. I just think he found himself on the ropes quite a few times, but it was a close fight. It was swing and win about in the fight, wasn't it? Where at one point in the fight, it was with Owen Cooper. At other point in the fight, with Esserman. And Esserman, obviously, with Esserman's first knockdown, he had the momentum. Then Owen Cooper had a knockdown. Then the momentum was with Owen Cooper, and Owen Cooper, going into the final round, I had Owen Cooper winning by 1 point. Because of the knockdown. And then Echo Esserman goes into the final round. What was it, 30 seconds? really brutal, a brutal combinations by Echo Esmond and a brutal knockout on Cooper. And yeah, it absolute thrill of a fight. An absolute thrill of a fight. Could have went either way. When you're watching it, it was done either way, wasn't it, in the fight, in my opinion. But Echo Esmond is now the WBO Hooping Welterweight Champion. And what next for Esselman? Probably be a hooping level opposition. But I think Echo Esselman will be eyeing out Harry Starr rematch. It'll be eyeing revenge on Harry Starr. Obviously, Echo Esselman's only defeat is against Harry Starr, of course. And Harry Starr has most recently fought Taran Chazotyan, the Ukrainian, of course. And so, yeah, I think that's the fight to make next. I think that's a quality fight, Echo Esselman against Harry Starr. Maybe have it on a Magnificent 7 card, the next one. The next Magnificent 7 card. Because I think that's a good promotion for Queensbury, Magnificent 7. I think that's the way to go for the big shows for me. So that's the fight I'll make next. And for me, Echo Esselman, by the way, Conor Ben is not even at this level for me. He's not even at this level. Echo Esselman would absolutely smoke Conor Ben. He would absolutely smoke Conor Ben, and he would smash Conor Ben, Echo Esselman. So, yeah, a bit of a dig at Conor Ben then, because he's not at this level. Let's be real. Conor Ben's not even that area level yet. He's not even that area level. Getting too big for his boots because of his father. And you know what? Make Echo Esselman against Conor Ben. I would love people to make that fight because Esselman would absolutely destroy him. He would absolutely destroy that. He would absolutely destroy that bum, which is Conor Ben. It would absolutely destroy him. And that's the fact of the matter. But anyways, on to the final fight before I go. Seth Parker stopping Jack Armfield in the 4th round. Very good performance from Seth Parker. It was really good to see a confident Seth Parker again. Good to see the power was still there for Seth Parker as well, which wasn't there for the last couple of fights for Seth Parker. Jack Armfield, at the end of the day, I know Jack Armfield probably not been as active as much, but at the end of the day, Jack Armfield has defeated Sean Wilder. He has defeated Sean Wilder, Jack Armfield, so it's not a bad name for Seth Parker to have on his resume. But I think Seth Parker, he's right now to say he wants the big fights next. I think the perfect matchup, the perfect style matchup for him, for Seth Parker, would be the Lyndon Arthur fight. I really would like the Seth Parker versus Lyndon Arthur fight next. Seth Parker he can first out between super middleweight and light heavyweight, but I think Seth Parker's too big for super middleweight for me. And I think Seth Parker just needs to forget about Canelo Alvarez and what Canelo Alvarez is doing with his belts. He just needs to forget about that now and just move up to light heavyweight. And look what we got in light heavyweight. Look at the names we got in light heavyweight. Joshua Buatsi, Anthony Yard, Lee Hutchinson, Ben Whittaker, Dan Aziz, Lyndon Arthur, Seth Parker. He could easily have a British tournament with all the light heavyweights, in my opinion. Ezra as well. Who we saw on the card as well. He's another light heavyweight as well. So there's a few British light heavyweights in there. And Seth Parker versus Lyndon Arthur next. I really like that fight. I really do like that fight next, in my opinion. I think it's pretty even. In my opinion. I think Lyndon Arthur may be slight favourite. For the fight, but I reckon it could go either way, that fight. Seth Parker versus Lyndon Arthur. and that would be a big fight, in my opinion, for Twin Three to have. So that's my thoughts on Zapata performance, and yeah, and that is pretty much it for the Magnificent Seven bottom through. So if you want to see some playback, feel free to force down below on all the fights down below in the comments. And who would you put in next with all the winners of this fight? What fights would you make next for all the winners of this fight next in the comments if you want to see some playback? And yeah, I'm going to rest my voice up now because I've not been well for the last couple of days, but I have stuck in with the videos, as you can tell by my voice. And yeah, but yeah, I just thought a bad voice, that's all. And but take care, stay safe. So yeah, my voice is starting to get better. And yeah, feel free to leave your thoughts down below in the comments if you're watching this on playback. Take care, stay safe. So yeah, as Proud Pros knocks out Nathan Heaney in the final round to become British middleweight champion.